So it should work. Alright. More sanding and polishing. I worked on it till about midnight. I got quite a bit done. But there's plenty more to go. It takes about 100 hours to polish one, at least for me anyway. I was asked what type of polish am I using. I've stated it several times over. I'm using Yogi, pay attention. I'm using Meguiar's Ultimate Compound for the rubbing compound, and for the polish I'm using 3M Finesse It. And that's 39003 is the part number. So we got to go through the steps. I've also started changing pads. I'm using a foam dimpled pad for rubbing, and I'm using a foam flat pad for polishing. Hello, Alexander. So, and that does make a difference, and you'll see here as I work on it. I don't know if the camera really shows the depth that I'm getting out of this thing, but if you look at the nose, I can see the clock out of the nose, so that's all that counts. I can, I can see the light stands, and you kind of got to be here and look at it at a certain angle to get it. I mean, it's kind of flat on screen, kind of washed out, but so in order to get a shine, you got to sand. So the first thing I'm going to hit it with is 1500. This is 1000. Let's see. We don't have any 1000 areas that need done. We do have 1500 areas. Hopefully I got some cut up here. There it is. I cut all my papers up. So we're going to use 1000, 2000. Cut this piece off of this. We'll cut this. This is 3000. This is 5000. So we got to go through all those grits of sandpaper there before I polish this flat. So now I need my little foam pad here. Now, if you were here, you can listen to it. You hear it dragging here, and then it goes quiet. Well, quiet means it's smooth. Dragging means it's rough. There it is. On the stab, so we'll put this back here. 15, so that hit that. Now we'll go to 2000, and I'm listening for the sound change. I got that. Now 3,000. Shoot, drop it on the floor. Well, that wasn't very nice. One more of those and you'll be gone. We got a Brandon lover in the house. That's all right. These guys are in for a rude awakening. They fuck with me. Okay, that's 3,000. Let's wipe it and see what it looks like. What I'm looking for is I want it all flat. I want it to look very flat. I don't want to see any shinies in it. Let's see. I got a spot in here. I probably have to hit that with 1,000 grit. We'll try the 1,500 first. You go to an auto body paint store, they sell these little rubber squeegees. I would suggest you get one of those. I'm using a paper towel, but I don't have a rubber squeegee anymore. I don't know what happened to it. It says 3M right on it. Just a 4-inch wide, 1/4-inch thick rubber squeegee. And it's for color sanding, so you can squeegee off the water. The more detailed you do this, the sanding part, the shinier it'll be. You look at a baby grand piano, hand lacquered baby grand piano, you got no idea how many thousand hours went into sanding that puppy with sandpaper like this. And that's how it ends up looking like it does, that deep black. And it's the worst color, black, because everything has to be perfect. This is the easiest color, white. And I pity them guys that have to hand sand them pianos. I wonder how much time it takes. I'll look on YouTube and see if they got a video. And the thing about a baby grand piano is it's all flat and it's all straight. You got no idea that it's so much harder to do flat and straight than curved and round and make it look right. And in black on top of that. So. We'll weigh this again. It's probably gassed off a little bit. It's probably in the 54 ounce range again. Hopefully the CG didn't move too much. And I can add some solder on it out at the field. Might have to add a couple more coats of paint on the elevator stabilizer just to get it to balance. I found my Zor 14.5 propeller that I made the 4-blade out of. I'm going to try that on this airplane. I wish it was a 14.6, but it's not. Okay, we are pretty flat. The first thing I want to do is I want to hit it with the Meguiar's Ultra Compound. I got a little bit of grain color showing through right here, so I probably have to airbrush some white on it and airbrush some clear on the flap right there to hide that. Or just let it go, I don't know. At this point, anything I do is not going to get me any more points. It's just personal pride in the airplane. Remember, the queen is going to impact your plane. Whatever that means. The queen could take an aeronautical intercourse at a rolling piece of pastry. Coming up nicely. So let's see how it looks. Let's change pads. Hit it with the finesse it. Okay, whatever. Got a good shine there. Got a good shine now. Basically what I'm doing, we have a club night Tuesday. I'm getting it polished up so that it looks presentable, but it'll take more time to finish it because I have to do all these open bays, and these all need to be sanded very carefully by hand. So now we'll use the finesse it. Let's see if we can't bring a super shine up to it and then hit it with the magic stuff. That is compound, this is polish. You can feel this thing dragging, making lots of heat. Melting those molecules together. I got a big car buffer I could do this with if somebody could hold the airplane, but if the edge of the buffing wheel catches the flap or catches the trailing edge, it'll throw the airplane across the room. It's unreal. At least with the little pad, I got some sort of control on it. This is a pretty dangerous time. You could screw this thing up in a heartbeat. Burn the paint. Poke a hole in it. A number of different things. What I'm using there to get the compound off is Turtle Wax Wax and Dry. It's Carnauba. And when I get it all done, I'll get the Turtle Wax Spray Shine, straight Carnauba, and spray on it. And then after that, I might try some porcelain paste wax. Maybe. Let's see here. Nope. The last remaining picture of my Thunderbolt. My good one. Alright guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever. We're trying to grow the channel. We're up to 3660, I think. If you're not a member, like Alexander III and some of the other guys, please consider joining, becoming a member. If you're watching this afterwards and any of this stuff helps you, there's a heart icon down there. You can drop a super thanks if the content helps you, because it takes a lot of work to bring this to you. Okay, that's good enough for there. Let's get some of this tail feathers sanded out here, because it's going to get it again. I'll be doing this several times throughout the summer. Before the Nationals, I'll go over the airplane again and bone it out, and that means making it all milky with 5000 grit and then polishing it again, because the way the paint is now, it's just a day old. It's not going to stay shiny. It's gonna dull down. However, it is going to stay smooth. It's not going to get any of the spray. I don't know. It's not orange peel. It's kind of like, I don't know, like baby powder. I don't know how to explain it. Baby powder texture. It'll look good enough for the field Tuesday. I should have this rudder fixed today too. Need to sand this with 320. I think I'm going to try to sand off those XLs. Get them down to white so I don't have to worry about placing the XL exactly perfect on there. I'll put in some green smoothie, 3M putty in a couple of spots to fill the little spots I have. So here's some 320. Let's work on that right now. So much work to do. Normally, when you build and finish an airplane, you don't have these problems, but this airplane is 7 years old. It was crashed last week. Been refinished. And we don't want to take a crashed airplane to the nest, so let's see here. So that's how forgiving dope is. Really forgiving. I might have to turn that so you can see the rudder. No, you can still see it. Sanding with 320 now. Try to get any of the buggers out of it. I guess I won't worry about it. And I can't shoot it with DC 540 because that'll change the color of white. It'll be a dark redder. However, what I can do once I get this repainted today, I can tip this with a little red on top right along that line to accent that line and draw your eye to it instead of try to hide it. More tricks of the trade. Of course, it might turn out good enough that I don't have to do that, but I kind of doubt it. What happens is the sun hits it and the dope shrinks, the silk span shrinks down. And my eye will always go to right there. And I wear these glasses that are 300 power, that I can see every little bit of nick, cranny, whatever. And if I can satisfy myself with these 300 power glasses on, the naked eye won't be able to see it. That's why John's always saying, you got them super specs on? Yeah? I'm looking. Normally, if you can't feel it, you won't be able to see it. You can't feel none of that now. Right there. Two different type finishes too on this. This is tissue finish. This is CA finish. So there's something else that I wouldn't have done if I was at home. Would have been a dope finish instead of CA, but I kind of got to do what I got to do. That feels pretty good. Let's drop down to 600 now. So one of the things that should be pretty obvious, me being the sander, the Bob Ross of sanding, is that you notice how I use the different grits. Kind of important. These are 600 yet. So I may start my airplane with 36 or 24 grit and end up with 5,000. That's only, I don't know, you know, if you're gonna have to sand an inch off of something, starting with 5,000 sandpaper, it'll take a lifetime. So you don't want to wait forever to do that. So I use the sandpaper number according to the amount of material needing to be removed. Now, one of the things that will come from experience is knowing when to stop. Because if I start with 36 grit, like I did on the nose of this airplane, and end up with 5,000, if I'd have sanded with 36 down to where I needed to stop, I wouldn't be able to get the scratches out of it. So each grit of sandpaper is removing the scratches from the grit before. So you kind of got to know when to stop. Now that was 320, and you wouldn't think, well, that's no big deal. Dope will fill to 320, yes, but I don't want to use that much paint. So we dropped to 6, I'll drop to 1,000, I'll touch this up. We'll add some clear and then drop to 1,500, 2,000, so on and so forth. These are some of the things that I've learned over, way over 50 years of modeling experience. You know, it used to be I just sand it down to where it was the right shape, put some paint on it and go fly it. Looked like crap. Then along about the late 60s, I got involved with the guys there, and there's another thing. See how the paper loaded up? Can't use that paper no more. So use some water on it. You keep sanding with that loaded up paper, you will sand swirls into the paint. That's going to do it for that side. See, even with water it loaded up. That's how green it is. It normally doesn't happen with 600 or 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. It doesn't load up. There's not enough grit there to catch anything, but it does with the 600. So, I think that's good enough. That looks pretty good. I don't want to throw these papers out. I don't want to grind it into my finish. Got a spot right there. I think I'm gonna have to greenie it. Greenie it. It's a super thick putty. We got 12 watchers. Let me know who's watching. Chime up in the chat box. Let's see what we got. Because believe it or not, that helps the metrics too. I've got current viewers at 11. Chat rate is 0 with 40 views. What's the story, Larry? So this is 6,000. The average duration, hey Steve, great. The average duration has been 7 minutes 58 seconds, which is admirable because I don't know how anybody can stand and watch me sand for more than 7 minutes, but I do this because maybe somebody will pick up something. Yogi, did you see it? What compound I used? I explained everything in all these videos. What paper, what compound, the amounts of paint I'm using, the kind of paint, thinning process, everything. And I keep, hey Steve. Yeah, you have it going in the background. Yeah, I used to turn on windy tapes, Bob Hunt tapes. Anything I got Al Raid tapes. The polish is, the rubbing compound is Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. The rubbing compound is 3M77. I'm not going to keep going over the same thing over and over again. I need to make a video of products I use, I guess, with nothing else but products I use. That's a good idea. I'll do that today. I will make a video of all the stuff I use and where to get it from. That way, when somebody asks me a question, I'll say, go look at the products used video. That is a good idea. That's what I'm going to do. I'll do that today. Yeah, Al was a good guy. Al used to call me up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Can you help me get on? I lost my password. Yeah, Al. How I ended up getting all his tapes, and I got the original Al Raid Bearcat molds that he made. How I ended up getting all that stuff. He called me up and said, do you have any Easy Just handles? I said, yeah. He said, you got the 4 inches? 4 inchers? I said, yeah, I got 5 of them. Brand new, never used. He said, what do you want for them? I said, you can have them. We used to use them back in the 60s, but they shock you. So I quit using that stuff. And that's why I like the Casminato handle, because it's basically the same shape and same overhang as the old Easy Just Hot Rock, with just more adjustments. Anyway, I said, yeah, you can have them. He said, well, I want to pay you. I said, you don't have to pay me, Al. Nothing. Free. He sent me all his tapes. Before he died, he ended up sending me all his... I know it cost $200 to send them molds. They're so heavy, it's ridiculous. He sent me the molds, and he was very flattered when I copied his wheel well detail on my '07 Thunderbolt. I used the same place that he got his paint on stencils, Tank's Hanger. He quit doing them laser cuttings. I would imagine that was a hell of a pick job to pick all them little tiny letters. I ought to call him up and see if he'll cut me a sheet and let me pick them, because that's the time. Man, it'd be a long time picking them things. But Al was a good guy, a little squirrely. But I said, Al, I want to build your airplane. He said, you can't. He said, you got to use the tapes. I said, I don't need them. You can't do that. I got a Bearcat sitting right over there. I got the laser cut parts and the fixture and all that stuff. And the reason why I quit doing that project is, 1, it's a big mama. 2, it's going to be way too heavy. For the simple fact, it's got that old technology of all kinds of wood parts in it. Jeez. Could build it and leave out... I use Express Shine. Turtle X Express Shine. It's got Carnauba in it. Don't have any of that on here now, but... So I needed a Gnats airplane, so that's when I built the Tucker. I think I did the Tucker. Since I've been working here in Dayton, I have built 4 Gnats airplanes. 3 of them are here. This one was built in St. Louis, and I worked on it here, but this is an old airplane made new again. Only because I really like, and I can't get wood like this anymore. I'm going to build another one of these exactly the same. Now I built, the high roller is this airplane, lengthened. Bad mistake, I should never have lengthened it. Too much clock time. The Continental behind me is this airplane, lengthened. Bad mistake. So I'm going to build another one of these. Exactly the same exact numbers. And I'm going to try some different things. This will be open bay. We're going to try to get this down to 2.5 ounces complete. So that'll take a ½ ounce off of that. You can't get much light. I got a rudder over there. Can't get much lighter than the 3/16 rudder I have on here. I got the flap wood that are half ounce per flap. I got to go through my lumber and see if I got enough wood to build a wing. That will come in at 10 ounces. And if I think I do, I'm going to build another one of these for next year's nets. Of course, I don't know. I got 2 airplanes on the wall that as backups that I could. They'd be competitive if I trim them out. The Thunderbolt is going to be 64 ounces. Too heavy for me. Got to realize, I'm a small guy. I'm 5'6", 160 pounds, 170 on a fat day. When the wind comes up, them airplanes drag your ass around. And big monsters. And I reminisce of the days of the 40 size airplane. This airplane feels like a 40 size airplane on the end of the line. Okay, so we went down to 3,000. Where's the 5? It's on the floor, of course. Make me bend over. A good paint job on an airplane is going to cost you upwards of $300. Just the paint. Let me explain why. Each one of those packs of sandpaper that I got is $10. So you end up with 5, 6, 7 of those packs of sandpaper. There's $80, $70. I buy these blue paper towels. It takes at least 1 6-pack of these, so that's $13. There's $90. The dope that goes on it, and that has gone up. The tissue on this was $30. The super fill. So just the paint job is going to be $300. It's kind of a risky thing to do, to fly your airplane knowing that you got $1,000 on the end of the line and up. For them big airplanes that have PA-75, them are $3,000 and up. Now you can get Super Tiger 60s on eBay all day long, $50, and they'll work. But this motor here is a $300 Super Tiger with a Brian Gardner ABC liner in it, and the good bearings and. So, and the propellers that are unobtainium, and I hated losing the propeller the other day, and that spinner is $50. You just start on and on. The fuel tank's $100 from Kaz. This used to be a cheap game. You used to be able to, build and fly a competitive Nobler for $50, $75 tops on the outside. Don't include your time. Your time is can't be added. You think about it, skilled labor. You got 400 hours of skilled labor at $25 an hour. How much is that? I have sold many of my airplanes for $1,500, $2,500, and that's too cheap. But and that's too cheap. And me, on the other hand, if I had a chance to buy a Windy airplane or a Raby airplane or a Walker, I wouldn't pay anything for it. Not because it's not worth it. Just because I can do it myself. I would say, well, I like it. I really want one. I guess I'll have to build one. But there are a few people, quite a few, who don't have the skills to do this. That's why the Yatsenko was such a great success. Because so many people wanted to fly, compete with a good airplane, and it is a good airplane. There's no doubt in my mind. It doesn't last. You know, people think you get a Yatsenko, you're set for life until you hit the ground. Nope, they only last outside 2 years. Because there's nothing there. I had to move forward here so I can get on my stool and sit down and candle this. If you study the Yatsenko airplane, and I study things that work, there's a reason that airplane flies the way it does. And it ain't in the airfoil, but it is in the wing. It's an elliptical root wing, meaning, and I couldn't build that in wood. You'd have to do it in a mold. It stays, the airfoil stays the same thickness all the way out, halfway, half span, and then starts arching down towards the tips. And that creates a tremendous amount of added lift. So they build them at 56 ounces because it's just an eggshell, 16th inch eggshell. You know, so if somebody builds a Yatsenko airfoiled wing, it ain't the same. It ain't the same wing. Not unless you can figure out how to make it stay, the cord stay consistent out till half span. Then if you look at the Yatsenko, it has extreme deflection. These elevators and flaps are like big air brakes. I mean, they go whip because the bell crank will turn all the way around because there's no spar in it. To keep them turning around, there's a magnesium bell crank holder that the wings bolt to. So the bell crank, you could do a 360 with it. So that these things turn way up and way down. I'm not sure that's great, but when you go like that, if you put the air brake on there, it's got to go, you know. Plus, some don't want to spend the time it takes to make them that way. Oh, yeah. Yes, I mean, I have nothing to do. I don't have a life, so I did this. I drank Dr. Pepper as a kid. I flew model airplanes as a kid. I'm just a big kid with nothing better to do. Work and build model airplanes. How much longer I can work, I don't know. I'm going to go as long as I can. My dad made it to 92 working, so... I figure I got a couple more years left. Okay, we got it flattened out pretty good. Let's hit it with 5,000 again. Now we got Jim Lynch who comes on here and watches me. And that man there can build and finish super nice. Super nice. I don't know what the hell he watches in me, but he says that my finishing system has helped him. So that's all that counts. If I can pass on something that works. I mean, I read Phil Granderson's finishing system. I've read all of them finish. It didn't seem right. Can't keep that, you know. Can't add all that paint. Keep painting. Then we got the Dan Winship finishing system. Put it on the paint stand and keep painting until a paint stand bends. You know you got it up on it then. Yeah. Basically, I didn't. You know, Ron O'Toole used to tell me you gotta be a sander of airplanes and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right, Ron, yeah. But you know what? He was right. You gotta be a sander and love to sand in order to build light. And I'm sure that's what Billy does to get his stuff as light as he does. There's only one way to get it. There are no shortcuts, so it has to be what he does. Picked off a boogie there. There are guys that build super nice though. Walker builds nice. His friend from Canada, I can't remember his name, short guy, about my height, blonde hair, white hair. He builds nice. Bob McDonald builds nice, uses too much paint, but he builds nice. Of course, Bob Hunt builds nice. Derek Berry. Well, that's good. That's good. There are no secrets. Or at least there shouldn't be. Alright, we got this all. It's all flat. I don't see. There's a few shinies in it, but not much. Mostly up in here. We could hit that again, I guess. In order to make it really shine, you got to get all the shinies out of it. And this is really going to shine because we got 99% of the shinies out of it. You want it to look like a flat piece of plastic. We've been on an hour now. I'll just do this at, you know, a little. I'm gonna polish this out so you can see the results, and then I'll end the video. And I'm gonna eat lunch, and then I'll come back and keep working. And then I'll do another hour, because I don't think you guys want to watch me for 8-10 hours of the same thing, you know, because this is what I'm going to do all day today. And I'll be doing this all day tomorrow after work. And you keep going until it's done, part of the time. Anybody that says they can rub their airplane out in the afternoon ain't really rubbing their airplane out. They may shine it up, but... Okay, remember, change pads. You want to keep the flat pad for the polish and the bumpy titty pad for the rubbing compound. Spread it around, because you hit the button, it'll sling it everywhere. Now, if John sits down and does what I do, exactly like I do it, he'll have a super shiny airplane, because his finish is really flat on that airplane. But the shine doesn't come from paint, it comes from this right here. Because I can take a paint job, and you'll think, well, that's going to look like crap. There ain't enough paint on it. Well, yeah, but I will make it look the best that a piece of crap can look. You'll still have a polished turd, but it'll be a shiny polished turd. Yesterday, John T., I'll drop it off over your apartment. No, I don't think so. Mike Tucker could use another buffing. Keep the pad moving, because if you don't, you'll burn the paint. If you burn the paint, then you'll be crying. You can watch it by candling it. The compound will go away and the shine will come up. And you'll know when to stop. And don't buff dry. The compound is losing the paint. Now you had put 2 coats on it with the sanding and only end up with 1 coat, don't you? I don't know what you mean by that. could use another 2 coats of paint or more, but we ain't gonna go for it. I mean, if you want a super concourse finish, it takes more paint. We'll just get out of it what I can get out of it, and that's it. I would rather have the lighter airplane and make up, because I'm not going to get any more points for this, no matter how much clear I put on it. It's not a 20, so never built a 20, so it'll look just as good as, be as nice as it is. That's all I can say. Okay, I don't know whether it shows or not. I will try to get the camera in position. I'm going to polish this. We'll try to show you the contrast between the two sides. And there is a contrast. I don't want to polish it too much here. Get all the goop off it. So let's polish it with the Finesse-It. No, you're not sanding off any paint. When you do this, you're just... A lot of guys think, well, you're sanding off a coat. No, you're not. Yeah, this is compound. We don't want that. We want Finesse-It. Standing here, you can really see the difference. Put that goop all over the place. Ooh, gotta be careful. Ooh, gotta be careful. Dry it out. Warm in here. What's going on with the air conditioner here? Yep, that turned out nice. There it comes. There's the air conditioner. Put on 2 coats of paint yesterday, but only added 8/10 of an ounce. How does that work? That's because it's mostly thinner. we'll get a weight on this before I give up. We'll see how much it gassed off from yesterday. It was 54.1 yesterday, or 54.2, 55.2. We'll see if it's down to 54.8 or 9 now. It should be. Got to get them the 0 ounce stunner going. I think them guys are mocking me. That's all right. Need to fly this airplane once. Tell me if you'd rather fly an 80 ounce airplane. My 62 ounce Tucker ain't too bad. Or maybe it was. I have to weigh that again too, I guess. Need to write them down, see what they weigh. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera now, and we're gonna see if I can give you a shot of the difference in shine. Okay, we'll try it anyway. Too many damn wires. Okay, this is the polished side here. This side here. And this side here, if you look at it, it's just, I don't know, it's shiny, but it's not shiny. You know what I mean? Well, we got them flaps done today. And if you watch the reflection, let's see if it shows you. Look right in here. Of course, they're got some smoothie on it, and there's no wax on this yet, so. I gotta make the whole airplane look like that. And you just do it a little at a time. Let's see. Can't tell because they can't be in two places at once. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can see the light reflection there on that side, but you can't on this side. Of course, the nose reflection is pretty good. You can see up in there fairly well. The solid wood surfaces are a lot easier to do than the open bays. The open bays take a while. So we haven't done anything with the open bays at all yet. So whatever you see there in this area here, it's shiny, but it's not polished. Fuselage is not really polished, just the nose. I rubbed a little bit here, but nothing to speak of yet. Oh, I didn't put any jizz on this. You got to see the shine without the jizz. Let's try this. This should really come up. There we go, we got the jizz on it now. I need to go get some more of that before the price goes out of sight. Maybe I'll do that at lunch here. All right. You want it shinier than that, it's going to take more paint and more sanding. Let's weigh it up, see what it weighs on my scale. And then we'll call it a day. Till the next, well, not a day, we'll call it. And I'll be back after lunch. Sanding. Oh, don't do that. Be careful in this place. No room. And we'll have hanger rash on it like you can't believe. Okie dokie, let's put this camera over here. Move this one back. I have a lot of room. There's that. Break out the scale. Now, John's scale reads in grams and pounds. It doesn't read in ounces. This scale reads in grams, pounds, and ounces. Okay, we're set on ounces. How much a puppy weigh? You have food order? Yeah. This puppy weighs 54.6 ounces. 54.6. So it was a good idea of putting the clear on it. It came up half an ounce, mostly behind the center of gravity. Let's see where that, yeah. See, I'm right in the balance range. If I added another 2 ounces of clear and it all went behind the center of gravity, I could put my other muffler back on it and that would pull it into the CG right. But I don't want to do that. I want to keep it as light as possible. Now this is not my lightest Nats entry. My lightest Nats entry for a big airplane was 50 ounces. Had a PA-65 on a pipe, 50 ounces. That was Viper, I don't know, it's on the Windy video. He's taking pictures of it. He really liked that airplane. That's the one where I made the mistake of converting to electric. I'll never do that again. I don't know why I did that. I I got conned into it. Figuring it was better, but it wasn't. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Alright guys, I'm going to make me a sandwich. Watch a little YouTube. I'll come back. I don't know. I don't know about that. Just keep using them until you find the one you like. I like the Turtle Wax Express Shine Carnauba, and this is these are two different bottles. This is Wax and Dry, and this is an Express Shine, and I like this the best. It's kind of hard to get. I don't have much left. So I gotta go see if AutoZone has it. It's probably $20 a bottle now. The more you rub it, the shinier it'll get. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you after lunch. Fairwinds Tight Lines. Let's go, Brandon. See ya.